Ah, anime conventions. Just mentioning one will likely have your mind racing with images of cosplayers, gamers, freaks, and geeks, all united for several days under one big roof. Although if you're around my age, they probably have you thinking of other things, like alcohol poisoning, hentai, and what else?
And, oh yes, hot women. Oh, underage, that is.
Oh yeah, and jail bars. But that's not what brought us together at ColossalCon 9, no sir. With this being my first ColossalCon ever, my agenda was simply all about meeting new people and adapting to my surroundings, and that's exactly what I did. So, without further ado, I present to you the Buffering While Bored ColossalCon 9 experience in a nutshell. To accommodate its rapid growth, over the years ColossalCon has moved from the outskirts of Cleveland all the way to the luxurious Kalahari Resort and Convention Center in Sandusky, Ohio. While some were outside catching a bit of sun and engaging in physical activities like volleyball, thousands of others were indoors, wailing away at one another in various video games. I just arrived, so I wasn't about to head inside just yet. Instead, I scouted around the convention center looking for anybody who'd be willing to talk to me. And it wasn't long before I found a whole troop of people. A poke troop, if you will.
We're protesting against the horrible Pokemon in Pokemon Black and White. What we don't like, what I personally don't like about it is that they look like they were molded out of clay for one, and they're all disfigured, I want to say. Disfigured?
Having not seriously played a Pokemon game in nearly 10 years, I was clearly out of my element with the Poke protesters. Hell, I wasn't even aware there was a black and white version, but I wasn't the only one turned off by the name.
It's racist? So you're saying like the white version is superior to the black version then? Just by default?
Maybe, but I know Nintendo ran out of ideas.
I believe it. I believe it.
Hey, conspiracy ideas on what the third game's going to be called. Rainbow or checkerboard?
Pokemon Mulatto! To avoid giving Team Rocket a chance of subjecting me to any of their evil propaganda, I took off like a Zubat out of hell. Hi-oh! On my way inside, I ran into two individuals who I was all too familiar with.
Warning, the following footage contains explicit sexual language. We suggest that all parents, grandparents, small animals, including chia pets, leave the room immediately. No, I'm serious. Okay.
Fuck, motherfuck, noise. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Noise. Smoking weed, doing coke, drinking beers, rolling fatties, smoking blunts. Who smokes blunts? We smoke blunts. Rolling blunts and smoking blunts. Anybody?
Can I get a nickel bag?
$15, little man. Put that shit in my hand. If that money doesn't show, then you owe me, yo. My jungle love. Yo. I think I wanna know ya. Bitches, I'm gonna see some pussy tonight. I am the motherfucking master of the clit. Remember this fucking face. You see this fucking face, you will see the fucking clit. You just take it like this. I get it like this right there. You got a fucking picture. Are you taking notes? Why the fuck aren't you taking notes right now? I'm trying to fucking help you out right now. I'll give you some fucking game. You don't think you got no game. I'm fucking trying to help you out right now. You fucking take it. You pinch that shit. Oh, you do a little fucking clit. You rub it against your nose. Oh, you nasty little fucking clit. That's how you fucking get it. You kids take some fucking notes. Recognize.
After finally making it inside, I encountered a young woman from Vault 101 who, like me, was still adjusting to her new environment. How long have you been out of the vault? How long have you been free?
Not very long. I'm still kind of learning things out here, and boy, it is rough. Oh man, I'm looking for my dad. He's a tall guy, kind of dark hair. He sounds exactly like Liam Neeson.
So what does this device do exactly? Explain this to me.
This is my Pip-Boy 3000. Basically, when you turn 10 years old, you get one of these strapped onto your arm, which is pretty awesome. It'll tell me everything. It has my vitals in case I become injured, and tells me my inventory. Tells me how much radiation I've acquired. Radiation. Kids, make sure you take your Rad-X and your Rad-Away, because that stuff you don't want to just end up dead in the middle of the wasteland one day. That's no way to go. So be smart and use protection in the wastes.
Later that night, I attended my first ever anime fashion show, where cosplayers could strut their stuff on stage in front of hundreds of people for a chance to win a free trip to Japan. But this wasn't like any fashion show I'd ever been to. It was a fusion between fashion and theater, where for a moment the people on stage became the characters they were dressed as. And as you'd probably imagine, this resulted in some truly entertaining, sometimes cringeworthy moments. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to stick around to find out who won, but my money's on this guy. I did, however, get to enjoy one of the most kick-ass air guitar competitions ever during intermission. The next day, I attended the Street Fighter IV tournament, not to compete, but rather to support a friend of mine who was competing to win 3 ColossalCon passes for next year.
If I understand correctly, you are ranked like internationally or something, like number.
Like the top, it's like the top 100, top 150 with C Viper. So, you know, I think I got a pretty good chance. But I've seen a lot of good competition, so I'm not sure how this is going to turn out, but I'm going to do my best.
There were a lot of hungry faces in the crowd who were after the same exact thing. He swiftly moved into the finals, but then things began to quickly head south. At one point, just when my friend was about to bring home a powerful victory, some clumsy asshole in a flamboyant pink hard hat tripped over the power cable, cutting the round short. Now, I'm not saying he did it on purpose, but I couldn't help but feel like there was some sort of conspiracy working against my friend here, orchestrated by some invisible evil force.
What the fuck up?
Before it closed, I checked out the dealer's room to see what they had, and aside from the usual stuff like manga, t-shirts, and figurines, they also had things like decapitated mannequin heads and ninja outfits. Unfortunately, my lack of budget prevented me from buying anything, but at least I knew where to go if I ever wanted whatever the hell it is this guy was looking at. Sadly, my time at ColossalCon was coming to an end, but I couldn't leave just yet. No, not without at least experiencing their rave. So, after a few shots of only God knows what, I headed into the dark, techno-filled abyss.
What's up? Get him.
What's up, son? How you doing, baby? You wanna get raped? I will rape your ass. Yeah!
If you'd like for Buff and Wild Board to attend any other upcoming events, just drop us a line and we'll see what we can do. Until then, see ya!
I will rape your ass.